Donald and Douglas are twins, and had arrived from Scotland to help. But only one engine had been expected. The twins meant well, but did cause confusion. Sir Topham Hatt had given them numbers, Donald 10 and Douglas 9, but he was still planning to send one engine home.
Gee, I must have dropped off. Fast off. Looks like there's a pretty large fish around here. I'd better check the line. And that's the story of my vacation in Scotland. Turned out to be shit. Hey, Commander, you haven't said a thing. It's quite a story, isn't it?
Yes, Admiral, yes. Quite a story.
Yeah, well, it really happened, you know. I didn't make it up.
Oh, of course you didn't make it up, sir.
I can again remember the whole thing. I'll never forget it.
I'm sorry, carry on. I know, carry on. I was just surprised you didn't mention it the first time.
I see.
Excuse me, Commander, Admiral. I think I should point out that nobody can win this argument.
Arguing? Who's arguing? Where?
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt your discussion. But the mystery of the Loch Ness Monster has never been solved and isn't likely to be.
You're right, Atlanta. People like me say they've seen it, but that isn't proof.
Sure isn't. Still, short of sending a craft to investigate, we'll never know if you actually saw a monster or not.
Well, that does it. Well, as president of the Undersea Research Program, I order the president of the Undersea Research Program, one of your craft explores Loch Ness.
Well, stingray.
Stingray, is it? Okay, let's go and brief.
Donald and Douglas.
Then we'll see if I dreamt it or not.
I don't know. Ever since Naval College, those two fought over everything.
So Donald and Douglas.
Stingray, off to Scotland.
Yes. And I'd give anything to go with them. Some of my mother's people came from there. But Marina's part of the crew, so naturally she'll be going.
Soon Harvey had finished loading the freight. "Where are you going?" asked Percy. "Lord Callan's castle,"
In Scotland.
Donald proudly announced.
"My castle Loch.
I'm glad I'm not going to Castle Loch,
In Scotland.
wheezed Percy nervously. Scared the monster might get you, teased Douglas. He might, said Donald. There's no monster. There is two. There is no. There is two. There is no. Is two. Is two. Is no.
Quiet! Dale! Quiet, Dale! Quiet, Dale! Quiet, Dale! Quiet, Dale! Call Sir Topham Hatt.
Is two. Is two. Lord Cannon's castle is
In
in
Scotland.
Donald and Douglas were determined to get the important goods to the castle in time. They puffed proudly around the loch towards their destination. Cried Donald. We're almost there! Shouted Douglas.
But there was trouble ahead. Trees had fallen across the line. Donald and Douglas stopped just in time. Our time. Our time. Our time. Our time. Our time. They were stuck. Splendid outfits. Sir Topham Hatt was trying on his present from Lord Callan when he heard the news. Donald and Douglas trapped by the loch.
In Scotland.
He said, I'll send help as soon as I can.
The hours passed. It grew dark and cold, and still no help had come. Suddenly, the twins spotted something strange through the mist. What's that? Called Donald. Is it the monster? Cried Douglas. For sure it is, he, answered Donald.
Stand by.
Troy!
Well, I'll be...
Well, what do you make of it, Troy?
I don't know, but we'll soon find out. Come on, let's get back to the castle.
Donald and Douglas were relieved. By morning, the lines were clear. Donald and Douglas hurried off to the castle. Lord Callan's workers were waiting to unload the freight cars. Load the freight car. Soon the castle was decorated. The grand opening was a great success. Lord Callan was pleased. A splendid pair of engines. And very useful. Oh, hey, yeah, hey, agreed the twins.
Come on, Mr.